Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 hardest plants to grow in my opinion. Any other YouTuber's opinion, you could follow their opinion, but if you're watching this video, you could either combine those opinions, learn from this one, or just completely learn from this one, which I'd be really happy. So the reason why I didn't pick 10 and I actually picked 5 is because I don't actually have like 5 hardest plants in mind. And I was looking around my garden and I only found 5. I actually found 6, but one of them didn't seem right, so I put 5. So, yeah, let's get on with it. And make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below anything you'd like, resulting in questions, resulting in, oh, you should do this, or you should know about this plant. Anything you want, put it down in the comments, because I like to read comments. So, oh, there's mosquitoes everywhere. Yeah, there's really bad mosquitoes. I think I'm getting bit. I put on some mosquito spray, but it's not working, apparently. So, yeah, let's get on with it. So, when you're right here, you could see a squash right there. That got completely wiped by a... For the number 4th spot of the hardest plants to grow, in my opinion, is actually mango. Okay. There's mosquitoes. But in number 5th spot, we have rosemary. The reason why rosemary is hard to grow is because I only had... Oh, I think I've been gardening for like 4 years, and I can only remember that one rosemary plant made it, and it became a big rosemary plant, a really big one. But then when it hit, like, I don't know what season it hit, but it just completely died off, and it felt like a day. Like, it just instantly died off. But rosemary is in number 5th spot for the hardest because it is very slow, dies really fast, and you only have like a little bit of chance for it to actually, you really have a small chance for it to actually grow big, which is pretty crazy. But I don't think it's really insanely hard as the hardest plants to grow. But if you are looking for a seriously easy plant to grow, this plant, I don't really think it's in there, but you can still have it as an easy plant. It just won't grow big, and it'll probably die if you're going to grow it out. But in an apartment, in a small space, say in a hotel apartment, this is a good plant for an apartment, which is the next video coming out. So if you want to see the best top 10 or top 5 best plants to grow in an apartment or a small space, leave a like on this video. So, yeah, let's move on to number 4th spot. Now, in number 4th spot, we have squash. Now, the reason why I put squash in a very, very, like, tough place, I put him in number 4th spot. I mean, I honestly think it could have gone higher. I mean, I could have put this in 3rd place. But I think it's... The reason why squash is a very hard plant to grow for me is either because of the location or the heat or anything like that. But we have thousands of stink bugs or squash bugs, whatever you like to call them, that are devouring all of my squash. And this is our only squash, and this is actually a new one. We just got this like at least 3 days ago. So squash is very, very sensitive to pests, and if you don't have a spray that can slow down the rate of squash bugs, it can instantly kill it out, like kill it all. But let me show you a clip, or let me show you future me showing you what it looks like or what squash bugs can do to your squash. So when you're right here, you could see a squash right there. That got completely wiped by a by squash bugs. But there also used to be a squash, got wiped out by squash bugs. And there is a zucchini, got wiped out by squash bugs. We also had a squash over here, but it also got wiped out and I pulled it out. So that's why you should always spray or get a spray for squash bugs, because they could really wipe out everything. And I think they're actually moving over to my cucumber, so I actually have to get my spray and hopefully wipe them out. Wow, that was crazy. But in number 3rd spot in the hardest plants to grow is, surprisingly, it's right behind me. This right here is basil. So I actually have some basils right here. This basil is a new one. I'm actually hoping to take each one out, because if you look in it, you can see that there's like a bunch of them in one little spot. So maybe I could take 2 like little giant stacks out, put them in each pot. But the reason why basil is in 3rd spot is because you have to grow them in the spring. I'm still here. Here's some baby basil that I've been growing for about maybe a month or 2. They are still the same size. Like, they grew and then they just stopped growing. They have been showing a little bit signs of growing, but you have to grow your seedlings in the spring. So next season, because it is actually the 2nd day of summer today, so next season we're gonna have tons of seedlings and you'll be able to see them. Hopefully I can make videos showing like fall crops and how to like grow plants in winter. But yeah, hopefully I could still continue making plant videos, because I really enjoy this and it seems to be doing really well. But basil is just a really hard plant to grow. We have to transplant this. It smells pretty good. This is actually super sweet basil here. But basil is a really hard plant to grow. But you might be thinking, well, you have that back there. Why do you think it's hard? Well, we got that because I don't know if I really remember, but I think it was like in one of these containers here from like a company, and we just picked out a good one and we planted it into a pot. Sorry, a pot, and it grew that big. But basil, you have to grow them in the spring and then grow them and then let them grow out in the summer. But if it gets too hot in the summer, place them in something good. And placing or planting seedlings in the summer is not the best idea. I have about 50 seedlings, maybe about 20 seedlings actually, of 20 pots of just baby plants that are stuck there. They will not grow, and they will probably die out in the fall or winter, or just at the end of summer. They're all really tiny. They're all like right behind you, just right over there. So it's not good to plant them in the summer. It's good to plant them in the spring. So if you want a huge garden but don't want to buy like these little containers and like cheat your way there, but you just want to grow as many seedlings as you want in the spring and not in the fall, winter, or summer. I will keep trying to grow them in the summer, but I will say summer's not the good time to grow seedlings. But basil overall is a pretty hard plant to grow, but it's hard to grow, but it's worth it. It's really worth it, because you could grow, or you could eat whatever you want with it. You could put it in spaghetti. Obviously, that tastes nice. We did have spaghetti the other night, but I completely forgot about the basil, because, you know, it was getting pretty dark. But I could have gotten out here and get some basil. I'm kind of mad about that. But yeah, let's get on to number 2. Okay, I'm actually getting eaten by mosquitoes like crazy, so I might need to hurry up with this video. But in number 2nd spot is a plant that I've never grown, but I have just started to grow. We just got it a while back, and it is dragon fruit. Dragon fruit, I've heard it takes so long for it to, the actual dragon fruit itself to ripen, and the actual plant to get huge. Like this plant gets as big as some, like, it gets as big as like the shed behind you. But I know you can't see the shed behind you, but it's a pretty big shed. Like you can actually live in that shed if you wanted to. But dragon fruit, I've heard it is a seriously hard plant to grow, so I wanted to involve it in number 2, but not in the number 1st spot, because, you know, I've never grown it. It could be easy for me, you know, in this weather, because, you know, Texas is basically like a desert. So yeah, and also it's pretty spiky, so you really can't do much with it. So you just let it sit there. I mean, you can't like hug it or anything. Not like I hug my plants or anything, but yeah, you can't hug it or anything. You can't really do anything with it. You just leave it there, water it. I think you're supposed to water it once a week, because, you know, it is a cactus. So yeah. So let's get on to the number 1st spot, the big person, or the big boy, number 1st spot. Okay, for the number 1st spot of the hardest plants to grow, in my opinion, is actually mango. Especially if you're growing it from a mango seed like I did with this one. The reason why mango is a seriously hard plant to grow is because it cannot survive over 90 degrees. Barely. And yesterday it was, or like about 2 days ago, it was 100. The real feel was like 121. It was crazy. That's because we were on an extreme heat warning. But I'm hoping this comes back. But it is going to get seriously hot again. Maybe even hotter. But there's a bug on it. But this plant right here, I'm hoping it'll come back, because I grew this from an actual mango. And it seems to have a little bit of a burning on it. And all like these little stuff that you're supposed to, like an avocado, you're supposed to cut the leaves off, and like it'll grow out there. All of the places where that happens, they're all burnt. Now my avocado plant in there, didn't know why I didn't involve that in the best plants to grow, because it is actually, avocado is really easy to grow. It just takes a long time. But there's a bug on it. There you go. Mango is the hardest plant to grow, in my opinion. If you want a sort of a challenge, grow mango from seed. It's very, very good. If you want me to show you how to grow a mango from seed, leave a like on this video and subscribe down below, and I will show you how to make a mango plant from seed, because I actually do need a couple more of these. I have like 5, maybe 10 avocado seeds, and I don't have 10 of these, so I need to get 10 of these. But they just take a long time to grow, very, very sensitive. And if you don't want to cry, my voice has been cracking so much, it's starting to get to that age. But if you don't want to cry because you love a plant so much, don't get a mango, because it is pretty bad. And if you see it's growing up and down, I don't know if you can see it, but up and down, you see that root there? If you see your mango seed starting to do that and thinking you should flip it over, it's supposed to do that. And it can grow up to like this good. But hopefully this thing survives. I'm praying for it. And hopefully it doesn't have any major injuries. I mean, it has burnt a little bit, but it seems to have a little bit of leaves coming out. But I guess we'll see. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, comment down below you love the video or anything you want to comment. My tortoise is coming over here. Don't worry, he's really slow. I'd probably finish the video before he even gets over here. I'm pretty sure the next video is going to be the top 10 or top 5 best plants to grow in a apartment or small yard or just small space. So if you want to see that video, leave a like on this video. Also, if you want to see a video of how to grow a mango tree from seed, also leave a like on this video and consider subscribing, because I think only like 2% of you guys that watch all my videos are subscribed. So make sure you subscribe down below so that number could go up and I can get happy. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all later.